Hi everybody, welcome to Storytime with Fairfield County Library. My name's Mathena and I am so excited for Storytime today. Are you guys ready? Okay, awesome! May is Asian American and Pacific Islander History Month. That means this week we are going to read books that are about characters with family from different countries in Asia and the Pacific Islands. Okay, our first book is Laxmis Mooch by Shelly Anand, illustrated by Nabi H Ali, and published by Kokila. Hi, I'm Laxmi. Come here. Closer. You see that? That's my mooch. What's a mooch, you ask? These little hairs above my lip. It's okay, you can look. I never really thought about my mooch until the other day when my friends and I were playing farm animals at recess. Zoe was a horse, Noah was a cow. And Zoe said, Laxmi, you're a cat, okay? I want to be a chicken, I said. But you're the perfect cat. You have these little hairs on your lip like cat whiskers, said Zoe. I do? I asked. Meow, said Noah. Yeah, you have a little mustache like my dad. My cheeks grew hot as a steaming bowl of Mummy's aloo gobi. I went to the bathroom after recess and looked in the mirror. Zoe was right. I did look like a cat with small black whiskers. I sat at my desk with my hand over my mouth so no one could see my mooch. Everywhere I walked, I thought I heard kids whisper, meow. The whole day, I kept noticing hair all over my body, on my arms and legs and knuckles, even in the space between my eyebrows. When I got home that afternoon, Mummy said, "How was school, Beta?" Well, Zoe said I'd make a good cat, I said. Ah, you're my silly Billy, she said. No, Mummy, she was calling me Harry. Huh, I thought we named you Laxmi, said Papa, looking up from the roti he was making on the stove. No, look, I'm hairy. I have hair all over my body. I have a mustache. Han, I also have a mooch, said Mummy. But Mummy, I thought mooches were all just for boys like Papa. Nahi, you know we come from a long line of women with mooche, said Mummy. We do? Like who? From Mughal empresses and stately Ranis to village girls and city girls, even your Nani and cousin Radha. Everyone has a mooch, really. But I also have hair on my arms and legs. I have hair all over. Mummy shrugged. To kya? So what? Hair is just for your head. Mummy smiled. Nahi beta, we have hair everywhere. But why? It protects you and keeps you warm. Just feel it. So nice and soft, she said. But look at this hair between my eyebrows. Yes, it's lovely, just like Frida Kahlo, said Papa. Who? I asked. Frida Kahlo. She was a famous artist from Mexico. Oh, I think it kind of looks like a caterpillar, I said. Caterpillars are the coolest, Beta. They build cocoons and become butterflies, said Papa. First I'm a Billy and now I'm a butterfly? I asked. That night, I dreamed about Royal Bengal tigers prowling through the Sundarbans. Their long black whiskers danced in the hot breeze and butterflies flew behind them, fluttering around their long tails. The next day at recess, Zoe wanted to play farm animals again. Let's play jungle animals instead. I'm a tiger with my long, silky mooch, I said. A long, silky what? Said Zoe. Mooch. It's Hindi for mustache. Well, what should I be? Asked Zoe. I walked up to Zoe and got really close. I saw tiny blonde hairs on her lip. Sure enough, she had a mooch too. You should be a lion with your shiny blonde whiskers, I whispered. I don't have whiskers, Zoe said. Do too, I said. We both ran to the bathroom and looked in the mirror. I don't see anything, Zoe said. Moving closer, I told her. She leaned in so close that her nose left a little smudge on the glass. Oh, she said, and then slowly she smiled. When we came out of the bathroom, Noah was waiting for us. Hey, what about me? Do I have a mooch? He asked. Zoe and I both looked, but we didn't see a single hair above his lip. Nope, said Zoe. Yeah, I don't see anything, Noah, but maybe we can draw one on you until the real one comes in, I said. Okay, agreed Noah. A small group of the other kids in our class crowded around as I carefully drew a mooch on Noah's lip. Me next, said Savi. Me too, please. After Savi? Asked Timmy. They lined up behind Noah for my world-class mooches. I don't need one. I already have some hair there, Luch smiled proudly. So do I, cheered Arazu. Pretty soon, everyone was showing off their mooches, real and drawn. So will you show me yours? All right, that was Laxmis Mooch. Did you guys like it? Do you have a mooch? Okay, our next book is Ohana Means Family by Ilima Loomis, illustrated by Kenard Pak, and published by Neal Porter Books. This is the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the mud that grows the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the water, clean and cold, that covers the mud that grows the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. These are the hands, so wise and old, that reach through the water, clear and cold, into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the land that's never been sold, where work at hands so wise and old that reach through the water clear and cold into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the stream of sunlit gold, flooding the land that's never been sold, where work the hands so wise and old that reach through the water clear and cold into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the rain in the valley fold that feeds the stream of sunlit gold, flooding the land that's never been sold, where work the hands so wise and old that reach through the water clear and cold. Into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the wind on which stories are told that lifts the rain to the valley fold that feeds the stream of sunlit gold, flooding the land that's never been sold, where work the hands so wise and old that reach through the water clear and cold into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is the sun, all bright and bold, that warms the wind on which stories are told, that lifts the grain to the valley fold, that feeds the stream of sunlit gold, flooding the land that's never been sold. We work the hands so wise and old, that reach through the water clear and cold. Into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi for our Ohana's luau. This is Ohana, the loved ones we hold, who give thanks for the sun, all bright and bold, that warms the wind on which stories are told, that lifts the rain to the valley fold, that feeds the stream of sunlit gold, flooding the land that's never been sold, where works the hands so wise and old, that reach through the water clear and cold. Into the mud to pick the kalo to make the poi. For our Ohana's luau. Alright, that was Ohana Means Family. What'd you guys think? Have you ever been to a luau? Alright everybody, thank you for coming to Storytime. Now, just because we're done reading does not mean we have to be done with Storytime. At the library, you can get something called a Storytime kit, which are these fun-filled activity kits that go with the books you read today. Each kit comes with a coloring sheet, a craft, and a tasty recipe that you can make with your grown-ups. This week, our craft is this, a hibiscus flower. Hibiscus flowers are native to Hawaii. Just like in our last story. To get a kit, you need to come to the Fairfield County Library and look for some crates in the children's section. Now, we have 2 crates, one for the Monday story times and one for Wednesdays. So you want to make sure to grab the right kits, or you could end up with something completely different than what I just showed you. The kits for this story time are in the group A crate. They're the red ones. New kits come out whenever there's a new story time, but we might have some kits left from last week if you missed it. It never hurts to ask one of the librarians. Maybe ask for me, Miss Nina. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me for story time. It's time to say goodbye, but I look forward to seeing you all next time. And I hope to see you in the library this week to pick up a story time kit. Bye!